Hey, welcome to Super Social Club. It's Jeremy and Rob tonight. What's going on, man?
What's up, buddy?
Nothing. We got a little competition for the viewers tonight, little blind samples. These were given to us by our good friend Richard. Sent a whole bunch of samples to us completely blind. And these four are single malts, Scottish single malts, I believe. There was a bunch of other ones too, some rum, some bourbons and stuff. But tonight we're going to try these single malts and see what we think.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped. The color looks awesome. I kind of just got a whiff of them as I was pouring them, so I don't really know what they nose like, but I know there's something peated in there.
Well, Richard doesn't really buy mediocre, bottom shelf stuff. So I'm sure we're in for some treats tonight for sure.
I think Richard's drain poured some stuff that we would consider good. So.
I mean, he's got an advanced palate. The man likes his nice fine spirits. So super excited to try some of these tonight. These been sitting with me. I poured you half of these ones, so we each got them ready to go.
Yeah.
Just wanted to mention a few things. That's new Springbank local barley 10-year-old.
Yeah.
Got released, or like they saw a post of it today. That looks dangerously good, doesn't it?
Well, and this is the thing is, like, people are just gonna go absolutely bonkers for that bottle because of the color, right?
Yeah, they released 100% sherry Springbank local barley. Should hit the shelves later on this month. 8,500 bottles, I think I saw something like that.
Yeah, 88 actually. I think it was 88.
8,800.
Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Something around there.
Wonder if I can do a screen share. I think I have a picture of it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It looks like a Glenallachie.
Yeah.
Color. Yeah.
Wonder if I can pull up a screen share of that. Let's see.
My glasses, I think, are glaring because of the light coming from this side. Maybe I got to shut this one off.
I don't know if I can do that.
You should be able to. Actually, maybe not on StreamYard. I don't know. I've never done it on. Oh, there you go.
Okay. So here it is. Here's the new Springbank 10 local barley. 100% Oloroso sherry casks. 55.6% ABV.
Yeah, 8,500 bottles. You're right.
8,500 bottles. I mean, you think Springbanks are hard to find now. I mean, this one's going to be sought after for sure, because I don't think they've done 100% Oloroso sherry in recent releases, have they? I don't think so.
In the local barley, I'm pretty sure they have never done since the 16-year-old. The 16-year-old wasn't either. So maybe if there was a previous local barley series, then back then they did it, but they haven't done it for a very, very long time. So
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, it's hard not to be, but I also don't want to go nuts chasing for this, because we all know how that ends up. Like it's pretty crazy.
Well, I know it causes you some anguish. I mean, sometimes I just got to settle for it on the secondary,
yeah.
What can you do?
Yeah, it's true. I mean, you can always just be patient and then get it on secondary, or you can lose sleep over it and try to get it on retail like I do.
There's also, let me put that up. This.
Yeah.
Less excited for this one. Refill Malbec. I mean, the first Malbec they released was really nice, but it was 13 years old or something like that?
13, yeah. This is the youngest, isn't it?
Now they're coming in on a refill cask at 10 years. I mean, not saying that it's going to be bad by any means. It just seems like on paper, it looks like, what are we getting here? A little bit less for the long rows this year?
Yeah, I guess that's definitely fair. Because these are all finished, right? Every single one of these have been finished. So they start off somewhere else and then they end up in a red wine cask of some sort. So who's to say that these are not just the casks used from last time? That 13-year-old that we were just discussing, right? That was what, like 5 years ago?
Yeah.
Right. So it could easily be that, just those same casks used again.
Right.
A lot of people really like that 13-year-old Malbec. I think the only one I didn't like was, out of the most recent ones, was that Pinot Noir, the newest Pinot Noir.
Yeah, that one was kind of a miss. The only one that I thought was like didn't really care for at all was the Australian Shiraz. I think that was one of the earlier ones.
That's the first one, I believe.
Is that the first one?
That one or the original Cab Sav?
I think the Cab Sav is anyway.
I think that might have been the second one, the Cab Sav.
Yeah. So that Australian Shiraz, that one was I wouldn't buy a bottle of it to drink. That's for sure.
Yeah. Got a bunch of people in the chat already.
We do. What's going on, everyone?
Our boy Tyler.
Too Slow, Joe, Go Habs, Indy, Eric Waite. We got Peter White, Redbeard. What's going on, Tyler?
Yeah.
Greg Lewis.
Cohen.
Cohen. What's going on? Peter White, Rick, and Jason Fisk. What's going on, man?
What's going on, everybody?
The 13 Malbec was really good. You know what? I won a bottle in a lottery, and I got to choose between either the Malbec or the Cab Sav. I think I took the Cab Sav.
The newest Cab Sav? The Chilean?
No, the one before that.
So that one was one of the harder ones to get. That one,
that
was a while back. I mean, I recently got rid of my whole Longrow Red collection, or not that recently, probably about 6-7 months ago. Because it's one of those things that they stare you in the face, and you want to open every single one again. So it's like you either get rid of them and get something like, that you can review with it, or you open them all and basically not be able to review any of them.
Yeah, like I have the entire collection up to date. And there was a point in time I didn't have a single one open. Like I had a couple doubles, but I had drank them down. And there was a point in time where I was just looking at, 9 Longrow Reds and not wanting to open any of them, right? Because I had the whole set sealed. But I got a couple doubles now, a couple of drinkers, so it's all right. But yeah, I think this new one might just be one for the collection. I'll see if I can get a sample here and there. Richard, the man of the hour, thank you so much, sir. Canadian Customs let it go through, so that's nice. You know what? If they send little packages, then it's obviously not a bottle, so it's all good. So cheers, thanks for the super chat. A little dong for you, my friend. One thing I'm doing tonight for the super chats, giving away a little prize pack. It's going to be my new Super Social Club official Glencairn Copita style glass, plus the Super Social Club coaster wheel, Scotch tasting wheel, and your choice of any dram you want from the Drink My Bar lineup. If you're not familiar with the channel, there's some awesome bourbons and scotches on there, and some rums too. So that will be the super chat. Anyone who super chats, any increment of $5 will get you one entry. So for every $5 you get entered. I won't do it like malt reviews, and if you win, I'll take your name out and then do the next draw. Yeah,
that's got to be the way, just because you want to spread the wealth, right?
Spread it around, of course. Yeah. So if you're just joining us, Richard sent us these 4 samples tonight, along with a lot of other samples as well. But these are the 4 scotches that we're doing tonight, completely blind. So yeah, excited to see. The way it's going to work is Rob and I are going to go through them. Nose and taste. We're going to say what we think the ABV is, the age, and guess the distillery. Richard has given us clues to the region, so we do know what region they are. Whoever has the closest to the most points, we'll add it up, and that will be the winner. Rob and I have agreed on a little gentleman's bet that the winner will get a pour of anything they want from the other person's bar. So
Not that, I mean, it's
not
just
that we wouldn't do that for each other anyway, but
exactly. I was just gonna say that, but whatever. B-Boss in the house, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, man?
So should we start or?
Yeah, I mean, let's do it.
So I guess we go with 0 first. Mine is unlabeled, so I'm assuming this is 0. Watch it be like something completely different.
Yeah, so they're labeled 0 through 3.
Yeah.
So just so you guys know, the regions. So 0 and 1 are Speysides. Number 2 is an Isla, and number 3 is an island distillery.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to try to narrow it down what island we think that is.
Yeah.
If it's Orkney, it should be pretty easy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Orkney and Talisker, depending on how heated the Highland Park is, could be tricky.
Yeah.
All right. So, like, are we going one at a time, or?
I think this is what we'll do. This is what we'll do. We'll go through them one at a time. Kind of just throw out some like what we think about them. Then I'm going to throw up the answer key. So I got Richard to email my lovely assistant Caitlin the answer key. She's written it out on a board and then covered that board up with another board. So what we're going to do is we're going to close our monitors down. You guys will see exactly what they are as we go through our second round of nosing and tasting, kind of follow along and see how accurate or how inaccurate our descriptors are. Indy, the samples have not arrived yet, although I am super excited to get those. Hopefully the will come before St. Patrick's Day. I love to do that Redbreast 27 as like a St. Patrick's Day review. So hopefully they make it through. So
Eric Waite saying that he just got 10 Black Glencairns for blind tasting. I recommend them for blind tasting.
You know what? I tried to get those the last, like, was it Black Friday they had the sale, and then they sold out super quick.
Yeah, I want to get the colored ones. I don't know why, they just look cool. I love Glencairn glasses, so I guess that's why. But I definitely want the black ones for the blind tastings. I think that would be cool. It would make it legit. Like we should try to make this like a monthly thing, like, and like raise the stakes, not necessarily money, like monetary wise, but like, I don't know, get our like our people involved, our viewers or our Patreons, and figure out a way to do this monthly where we do.
It's always a fun little competition, right? It's always always interesting. I don't know if you guys can see the color of this whiskey. It is real dark, like really, really dark. Get a better shot of that.
I got a lot of light going on in here, so it looks a little lighter for me.
I mean, this is just pure thick sherry. I think it's sherry anyway.
Yeah, it looks like it's
sherry type maturation.
See, this is where the black glass would be cool, right? Because then color wouldn't influence our decision.
Mm-hmm. That's got a really like lots of barrel influence on that palate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely a lot of sherry on that one.
Wow,
it's a good ABV too.
I'm gonna say this is some strong stuff.
It's probably close to. It's got to be cask strength. They're close to. I would say low to mid 50s or older, higher 50s if it's older. Yeah, I think I would venture a guess already. You said Speyside, right?
This is Speyside. Yeah, that's like a lot of jam. It's like a lot of raspberry on the palate.
Testing my geographical knowledge over here.
I love how Indy's like, Taiwan is an island, so you could throw us a twist and like throw something in there that's not Scottish.
That's true.
But no, we do know the regions. They are all Scottish. So.
All right. I think I know what number 1 is.
Oh, you already know this?
I'm gonna say I think it's one of two that I would put it. I'm not gonna say it all. I don't know. How are we doing this? Like, should we type it in the chat or?
No, this is what we'll do. Save your official guesses
Okay.
to when we have the answer key up, so everyone can see exactly what we're doing. Right now, we'll just go through one at a time.
So
yeah,
I'm just
save
realizing now
all your guesses.
I can't type in the chat though. So, because what would have been cool is if we both like typed our answers and then hit enter, and then went from there. You know what I mean?
I got a little sheet. I can write them down.
I guess you know what I could do is I could put them in our private chat, and then you can copy and paste it into the regular chat what I said.
You know what? You're not going to influence me. I'll have my own decisions about this. So you can throw it out there, whatever you want. Don't worry about it.
We can't like crop sections from like lives and stuff like that, because I that is true, and we have a clip to testify that argument that you just made right there. Because I was like, this is a Highland Park 30. You're like, there's no way this is a Highland Park 30.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that second time where like influenced you off your correct guess. Remember we were doing I think we were doing a blind here, the dartboard semi-blind. Yeah. And you like, I think you nailed it. It was like Balvenie Doublewood. I'm like, no, not Balvenie Doublewood at all.
No, this is definitely not Balvenie Doublewood. I'm like, yeah, maybe not.
Then you changed your answer.
That's so funny. Yeah, I think I know. I think I know what number one is. So I'm going to put that.
Well, I'm not as confident as you. I know that it's delicious.
Could we just do it this way? Could we do it where we go one at a time? We say what we think it is, and then Caitlin types it in the chat. Is she watching right now? Or
not? No, I have the answer key. It's all covered up.
Okay.
So we'll have to do it a different way. Yeah.
Okay.
Number 2 to me seems older and maybe less ABV.
Ooh. I think I know what number 2 is right off the nose. Yeah, I know what number 2 is.
You seem so confident.
So you're sure I'm not going to influence your decisions here?
No, but don't throw it out yet. Don't say what distillery you think it is. Don't say what distillery. Not till the next round.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to I can't even text it to anybody because I'm using my phone as a webcam. I'm going to email P-Boss my answers right now so that he can type it in the chat.
So the third one is definitely peated. And this, like right off the hop, this screams a certain distillery to me. Yeah, this one definitely has a characteristic of a distillery that I'm familiar with. The Isla one. Yeah. So yeah, I guess this is number 2. So the third glass is an Isla distillery. We know that.
All right. You said 1 and 2, or sorry, 0 and 1 are space side. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. This definitely has a distillery characteristic here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I have a pretty confident guess of what I think this distillery is on the third one. But I'm just not sure of what whiskey it would be, though.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. I'm thinking it's really sweet, which makes me think it's either some obscure indie bottle of it, like wine cask indie bottle or rum cask. No, that's like a wine cask, I think. Indie bottle. Man. There's a catch though, because it's one of 2 Isla distilleries that I'm thinking of, And the only reason I'm thinking it could be either of these is because it's really old and it kind of lost a little bit of its like signature characteristic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But all three of these are older, in my opinion. Like we're talking 18 plus, I think. I would say the first one, maybe 15, 16, the youngest.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. One definitely had a lot of like palate like attack where like it hits you a bit harder. Number two, very much more refined. I'd say definitely older. And then number three has got to be pretty old as well. Plus 20 years, I'd say.
Now, see, the problem is I can't. Can we look things up? Like, I want to kind of look up what certain expressions. Like, there's an expression I have in my mind that I don't know if it was wine cask influenced.
No, you can't look anything up. We're not getting points for guessing the exact whiskey that it is. Just if you get a bonus point if you get the distillery right. I'm going on to number 4.
Yeah, I just went on to it. It's really nice.
This isn't screaming a certain island distillery to me at all. It's delicious stuff, though.
Yeah. These are all old, man.
Yeah, this one feels like it's old too.
Yeah, I'm sending Paulo my is he in the chat still?
I don't know. I haven't seen him.
P-Boss, are you there? Or maybe I'll just send it to Peter White if P-Boss isn't. I don't think he is. Oh, well.
Okay. I'm just going to write down a couple things of what I think maybe they are.
Okay.
You
know what? You write yours down, and then I'll just read mine. How's that sound? We'll show the chat, and then I'll just read mine. Oh, no, P-Boss is there. Okay, so I'm just going to send him mine so people will know that I'm not talking shit. Man, I already want to change my answer on 3, though.
Oh, yeah?
3's the only one that's kind of messing with me because it could be one of the two. It's one of the two major Islas. Yeah, I want to switch my answer now. P-Boss.
These are tough, man.
Okay, I'm switching my answer for which is 2, I guess. 2. So 0. Pretty confident. I'm probably wrong on all of these, but I actually 2 I think I know for sure. 2 I'm like almost 99% sure I know what that is. And sorry, the numbers are all messed up. 0, I'm probably 60% confident that I know what it is. 1, I'm 90+% confident that I know what it is. 2, I'm 50-50 between 2 distilleries. And 3, I'm confident, 90+. I think.
So my confidence is way, way less than yours. But I'm going to write down what I think the ABV is and the age is because those are what we need to guess at.
Oh, yeah, shit.
Let's see, this is. When you did like the Roy Aquavite blind challenge, how long was like the whole process from start to finish? How long did it take you?
I think the filming of it was like over an hour.
Yeah. I feel like I'd want to take like 3 hours doing something like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Then you get to the point where you just like you second guess yourself and you know your mind plays tricks on you.
Yeah.
When you wait that long. Usually your first guess is always your best one.
Yeah. Because then your palate starts to get a little bit fatigued as well, right? You got to remember, like, as it goes on, like that's what I noticed the most with Roy's challenge was by the end of it, my palate was so fatigued that I almost forgot what I was going to say about some things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And like you were you had a cold, didn't you, during that recording?
I had my son gave me hand, foot, and mouth. So basically, I had blisters on my tongue during that.
That fourth one is throwing me for a serious loop. I have no idea what it could be.
Okay, I'm changing my third one for sure. Yeah, and Richard's saying the number 3 is. Okay, I'm just gonna redo this with Paulo here.
Dude, you were just like super confident. Now you're changing everything around.
No, just that one, but I gotta give. I didn't give him the ages.
I see. Well, I put all the ABVs in the 50s.
Yeah, I'm with. Well, they all feel light though, low 50s for me.
The problem with me though is that I thought Highland Park cast strength tasted, like not hot. Everyone is like, this is the hottest whiskey I've ever had. My review, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm not feeling too much heat from this. It's like,
I know. Well, didn't what was the joke that Narvi said? For you add some water, for me add some like rubbing alcohol or something like that.
Yeah. This guy puts in like straight alcohol to his 40% ABV whiskey. The bum 732 with a $10 super chat. Glad to finally catch a live stream. Love you guys are doing. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate it very much. You are entered into the draw with 2 chances. Again, everyone who super chats tonight, every increment of $5 gets you 1 entry, giving away a Super Social Club, Copita glass, a coaster, and your choice of any sample you want from the Drink My Bar lineup that's coming up this month. Lots of awesome stuff on there for sure. All right, so let me put that on here. The bum.
All right, I'm locking in my answers in just a sec. I look very awkward, probably.
Oh, let me do a little going. Forgot about this. Here you go.
All right, Paulo, it's done.
Okay, so what we're gonna do now.
Well, if you lock in your answers, then we can see the results, I guess.
No, I'm not gonna do that quite yet. Let's go through them one more time.
Okay, so
this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna reveal to the Peter White super chat. Cheers, buddy. I'm going for you. So I want to go through this one more time, and we'll talk it out one more time, and you guys will be able to see what the answer key is. Let me just put Peter White in there. All right. So I'm going to make it so my screen's bigger. All right, Rob, put your screen down so you can't see. I'm going to put my screen down so I can't see. Hopefully this will work and you guys will be able to see this. So what we have here is the answer key. It's done on a board, covered up. So I'm going to put this here. I won't be able to see it. I'll just move it up a little bit here. I just need to take off the tape on the first layer.
The problem is we won't know if they can't see it because
I know. we won't even know if this is going to be a reveal or not, but we'll see. Here we go. All right. Okay. So hopefully you guys can see what that is. There's no way of us knowing, but if you can't, sorry, I apologize. Hopefully you can. All right. So number one, I was saying that this was either something like a Glenfarclas or a Glengoyne. What did you think on this one?
Yeah, I said either Glenfarclas family cask or Glendronach like single cask.
Oh, Glendronach. Now that you say Glendronach, yeah. I mean, this is the thing. Like, it does nose and taste like a family cask. It's very kind of similar to that.
That's my number one guess. But like, I just smelt it again. Now I'm like, man, this could easily be like a high 20s Glendronach single cask.
Yeah. See, I was thinking that because it's like really high ABV and it tastes younger to me, I was thinking maybe it wasn't a family cask.
But then again, wait, I think Glendronach might be Highland, not Speyside. So Glenfarclas is the better guess. I think that's why I ended up going with Glenfarclas to begin with.
But wait, Glengoyne, is that considered Speyside?
That's a Highland as well, I believe. So Glenfarclas is the Speyside, Glengoyne and Glendronach are the Highlands. So that's kind of why those like, yeah, I went with Glenfarclas family cask. Like I said, 20, close to 20, maybe a little higher than 20, possibly a little bit lower than 20. And then at the ABV, I said probably around like, are you looking yet or no?
No, I know. I can't see anything. I just got my notes here. I said this was around 22 years old.
Yeah. And I said low 50s for this one.
Yeah, I said 58. That was my guess on this one.
Yeah, see, the ABV is tricky for me now because I'm like only drinking cask strength whiskey now, so it's hard for me to tell.
I know, right? ABVs. Number two really kind of threw me for a loop. I did not know the distillery characteristic on this at all.
I got Balvenie right away, either the ton or the 30-year-old or something, like one of the tons or one of the 30-year-olds. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I got a like higher ABV, so I don't think it's the 30-year-old. But like it could be easily a ton for me. It's really like sweet honey, salted honey.
I was also kind of thinking Balvenie because I know Richard has like all the tons, the 1401s, but it didn't give me that little like gunpowder kind of note that I usually pick up in those. So that's why I was a little hesitant to say that. But ABV, I guessed 54%, and I guess 26 years old on this.
So I think this is probably low 50s to like high 40s, but still cask strength.
The issue is if this is a ton, we won't really know the age because it's a blend of different casks, different ages.
Yeah, so it does taste older though, for sure. It tastes older. It's just, it's very smooth. Like it's very very like rich and viscous, and that's a great whiskey. That might be my favorite of the bunch. I don't know.
This is probably. I mean, the first one was really good too, but this one is probably my favorite.
Yeah, it's between 2 or 1, I guess, and 2. Actually, all of these are really good, man.
I mean, I would take any one of these for sure. Number 3. So this one screamed Lefroy when I first nosed it. What did you think of this?
Yeah, so I was stuck between Lefroy and like an Ardbeg 20 something because I've never had any of the Ardbeg 20 somethings.
I was thinking either Ardbeg 2, but like on first nose, I'm like, this is very similar to the Lefroy 18-year-old that I had recently. I'm like, that nose is very, very close to that.
Yeah, so I was thinking Lefroy until I sipped it, and then something kept saying no, it's Ardbeg. Like I don't know what it was. Like I've had the 19-year-old, and it didn't taste like that, but I don't know, something about it kept bringing me back to Ardbeg. But like I said, I was 50-50 with this, either Lafroig or Ardbeg. It was so like usually I could tell a Lafroig from an Ardbeg, but in this case, when it gets so old, like I'm thinking this is mid-20s or older. To be honest,
Yeah,
this could easily be like the Lafroig 28-year-old, but I guess the Ardbeg 20-something. That was my re-guess because at first I'm like, it's Lafroig, and then I went back and I said no, it's Ardbeg. So
yeah,
it's either Lafroig 28 or Ardbeg 20-something.
I completely agree with you. I think it noses Lafroig, and the notes on the palate. Sometimes I do get those like Ardbeg and Lafroig share a couple similarities. They share that like that kind of like wet rocks, kind of like metallic almost note to it.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm like, this is Lafroig 27-year-old. That was my first like inclination of what this was. But you're right. There's like the palate does kind of like lean me a little bit towards Ardbeg. I just don't know. I've never had the Ardbeg 20-somethings. I've heard the 23 is amazing. This could be it.
Yeah. So the last one I'm thinking is like a 30-plus-year-old Highland Park indie bottle. That's what I'm guessing there.
Yeah. I was thinking Highland Park as well. But you know what? I was also thinking maybe it'd be Tobermory. This one kind of threw me through a loop because I didn't get that Highland Park like Heathered Peat too much on this at all.
Yeah, I think that's probably because it's really old. Like you could tell this is like older Highland Park, and the only reason like he's given us some indie bottles of Highland Park that are 30+ years old before, like samples of them, and for me that's what if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but the only other one that this could be for me is like an older Talisker, like a cast strength Talisker that I've never tried before. Older though, like 25+, 30+.
Yeah, you know what? I was thinking like this could be one of those like old Talisker 25s, like the older bottling of them.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, does it really have Talisker feel to it? Like I just don't know. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I guessed it was. So my official guesses on the first one was Glenfarclas Family Cask. The second one was Balvenie Ton or 30-year-olds, but I have never tried. I've tried the 30-year-old, so it can't be that. I'm thinking it's Balvenie Ton. The third one, or number 2 on the list, but third actual drink is either Ardbeg 20-something or Lafroig 28-year-old. But I ended up going with Ardbeg 20-something, so I'm going to stick to that. And then my last one was Highland Park indie bottle, 30+ years old, cast strength at probably like mid 50s.
Okay, so my official guess is I'm going Glenfarclas Family Cask with you as well on the first one. I guess 58% and 22 years old, but I'm sure it's probably older than that. My second guess, I'm going with Balvenie as well. I think it's probably a ton. I'd say maybe batch 5 because I think Richard said that he really liked batch 5. So I'll go with that. I said 26-year-old. It's going to be NAS if it is that. I said 54% ABV. They come in lower than that if it is a ton. It will be low 50s or high 40s, I think, on that. Number 3, I'm going with Lafroig. That was my first guess. You might be right. It could be an Ardbeg. I think it could be Lafroig 27, although Richard said it's his favorite whiskey, and I don't think an official Ardbeg bottling is going to be his favorite whiskey. So I think I might be wrong on that one, but I'll stick to it anyway. I think it's Lafroig 27. And then the last one, I mean, it does. The palate is kind of Highland Park. It feels like this. If this is Highland Park, it's got a lot more sherry influence than something like the 30 even has, because it is really sherry. But I don't get peat. I mean, if it's Talisker, I'm going to be super shocked because I don't see any peat in this.
No, there's no peat.
I won't be surprised if it's Tobermory, but I don't think that it is. Tobermory, for me, I'm not super familiar with a lot of their stuff and their older stuff. This screams age to me. This I wrote down 30 years old for this.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
At 53% ABV. All right. I'm just going to have to stick with that. Okay, so let me give me all your stats again for number 0 for the first one. Age?
I said it was probably close to 20 years old. Glenfarclas Family Cask, low 50s ABV.
Well, give me an exact ABV because it's going to be closest to
53.
53. All right, so I'm going to say Glenfarclas I'm going to say 58, and I'm going to say 22 years old. All right, your second sample, what do you got for age and ABV?
Yeah, if it's a Balvenie ton, I'm gonna say it's like the 14 series. Like it looks like it's like the lighter kind. It's not the darker kind. I don't know much about the tons, but it screams Balvenie to me. So
Okay, so Balvenie and age, I guess you're guessing NAS.
I said it was gonna be high 40s, low 50s, so I'm gonna stick to like 49.
49 years old. And ABV, what was your guess on ABV?
49%, not 49 years old.
Okay. I mean, those tons do have like 30-plus-year-old whiskey in them.
Yeah, it does taste like I wrote it's either a ton or 30 years old. So,
well, what's your guess on age? Just because if it's not the ton, we'll still get points for closest to age if we do have an age statement.
I'm gonna say it's at least 26, 27 years old. Yeah.
So 26?
Let's go with 26. Why not?
Okay. That's the exact age that I guessed on it as well. 26 years old. I'm going Balvenie. And I said 54% ABV. All right. Third glass. What do you got for that?
So I wrote, I'm going to just go with what I said. It was, so Ardbeg, like 20 something, which, what are they? Usually like 22, 24 years old. I'm going to go with the 24-year-old. I've never tried it. I don't know anything about it. But
I would, there's no 20, there's 23. You want to go 23?
Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's go.
Okay.
I'm assuming those are cast strength as well. I don't even know.
I'm not sure. Like, it's weird with Ardbeg because I think they don't necessarily say cast strength, but these like high weird ABVs. So I don't know.
Yeah, low 50, 51.
51.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm saying that's Lefroy.
I think that's probably right. I think you're right.
I'm saying it's 27, and I'm saying it's 55% ABV on that.
I feel like this is the one that I never tried that I should have tried. To be honest, like I'm gonna stick with my answer already, but I think this might be like Lefroy 28-year-old because I know that there's wine cask influence in the 28-year-old.
Okay. And the last one.
And the last one, I'm sticking with what I said. Mid 50s ABV.
Give me an exact ABV.
Okay, 55%.
Okay.
31 years old and Highland Park.
Okay. I'm going to...
I can look now because I already locked in my answers.
Okay. I'm going to say that that's Talisker. I could be way off on that. I'm just going to say it's a Talisker 25-year-old. I'm going to say the ABV is 53. All right. So you guessed, we both guessed Glenfarclas on the first one.
Yep.
We both guessed Balvenie on the second. You guessed Ardbeg on the third. I guessed Lefroy.
Yeah.
And on the last one, you guessed Highland Park. I guessed Talisker.
Yeah.
All right. What do we got?
So we were right on the first two, like bang on. Well, actually, the first one is a 27-year-old.
Oh my goodness. Let's see.
52.4% ABV. Yeah, so the Glenfarclas family cask is 27 years old, 52.4% ABV. The Balvenie ton was a 14 series, 1401 batch 3, 50.3%, or is that 51? It looks like she crossed out and put 50.
I think that's 50.
50.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was almost bang. That was exact almost on that one.
We nailed this thing. Well, I got the last one. It is Talisker 25.
Yeah, 25-year-old, 58.1%. See, that's what
you guys couldn't see the last little one. My name tag was covering it up.
Yeah. And then we both got that other one wrong. That's Lagavulin, 20-year-old.
Wow, Lagavulin.
That's a great Lagavulin, man. Jesus. Those are all really good. Those are all excellent. So we got the first two.
I don't know if you guys could see that. It might have been kind of like unclear that you guys might not be able to see that. Anyway, so let's tally this up. So we both got Glenfarclas family cask, and it was how old? 27.
What did you say? You said
I said 22. You said 20.
yeah,
And it was, what was the ABV?
52 point.
52. Okay, so you got closest to on the ABV.
What did I
You
say?
said 53.
Okay.
So you got 1 point for that. I got the point for the age. So we are 1-1. Sorry, we're 2 versus 2 because we each got a bonus point for Glenfarclas. So we're even so far. The next one is Balvenie Ton. We both guessed that correctly.
Yeah.
So it's NAS. So when we have the age doesn't matter. ABV, I said 54, and you said 49, and it's 50. So you get that point because you were closest to on that one. All right. So you got me with 1 point so far here. The next one was Lagavulin. So we both were wrong on that one.
Yeah.
So it's 20 years old.
So I was close.
So you got closest to on that because you said 23. I said 27. I said 55% ABV.
54.
And it's 54. You said 51.
So you got that.
So I got that one. So we're dead even still. Going on to the last one. I guessed it was Talisker. I guessed the correct age at 25 years old and 58 point something. You got the ABV correct. But I shaved you by 1 point because I guessed it was Talisker. I flipped at the very last second. Super interesting that's a Talisker. I was thinking maybe it was Talisker. I just didn't get that much. Like, honestly, the peat level on that is so faint. It would be super hard to guess that it was that. But wow, that's crazy.
That's good. We did well, man. I'm really happy with our responses there.
Well,
I mean, the Lagavulin is way more peated than any Lagavulin I've had.
Honestly, it did not taste like any kind of Lagavulin that I've ever had before.
Yeah, I mean, the 12-year-old cask strength, I guess, is the closest in like peat level. Maybe. I don't know.
Going back to it now.
No, yeah.
I still don't say no.
Yeah, it's a tough one. That's why I was like so torn because I don't know. I didn't think Lagavulin because it was a little heavier peated than I thought.
Because usually Lagavulin, I get that campfire smoke, and I didn't really get it in here, you know?
Yeah.
I got kind of more like the medicinal, like coastal smokiness on it. Joe Mez, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate it. Cheers, bud.
And saying that we were both, but then it doesn't really matter because. Or did you get the point on the Lagavulin? He said we were both 3% off on the Lagavulin.
So the Lagavulin, it was 50. Lagavulin was 54, and I guess 55, and you were 51. So I got the point there.
Yeah, that's for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian, what are you talking about, man?
All right, Joe, you were entered into the giveaway. Just to reiterate, you guys, anyone who super chats tonight, any increment of $5 gets you one entry. Multiple 5 gets you multiple entries. Giving away a Copita glass, a coaster, and your choice of a sample from anything from the Drink My Bar menu. Lots of good stuff to choose from that, including a Glenfarclas family cask.
Yeah, there's some big stuff on that bar, man.
Mm-hmm.
You guys want a super chat? Yeah, man, these are all really good. These are all really, really good. That family cask must have been pretty expensive. All of these are really expensive, actually.
Yeah, 27-year-old family cask.
I'm glad we're done the blind because now you can actually enjoy them. I find that whenever I'm doing a blind, I'm so focused on what they are that I'm not like appreciating them.
Man. Now going back to this family cask, it's got like this is just super rich. I was thinking possibly Glengoyne just because I know that he has a Glengoyne. I don't know if it's like a manager's dram or like a hand filled something or other, but I know it's lower ABV. So the 27 years old, that kind of threw us for a loop because you guys 20, I was 22. 27 though. It's a lot older than we thought.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's the ABV is low too, right? It's the sherry. The European oak can do that, right? Like that spice really kind of tricks you into thinking it could be a bit younger, right?
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, that's so good. So Richard, thank you so much for those samples. Those
Yeah.
are incredible. I'm excited to get into the rums too, because he sent I think 4 rums and then 4 bourbons or 5 bourbons.
Nice.
So yeah.
Oh, there you go. Richard dropped another super chat, and he's like, "Go ahead."
Thanks so much.
Said this Lagavulin is the 2020 Fischl. Many have said it's very not Laga-like, and I agree. I didn't think that was Laga-like at all.
Yeah, that threw us for a huge, because like honestly, it noses like Lafroig 18. Thank you, sir. Cheers. Another 5 entries for you.
Yeah, it's got an interesting. Like I was so torn between Lafroig and Lagavulin. I mean, and Ardbeg on this one, on that one, and it's neither. So that's crazy.
Yeah, right.
But it was definitely the one that I was like. I'm really happy that all 3 of these were like, or sorry, 3 of them I knew for sure exactly what they were. Like that I'm impressed with myself.
Yeah. The Balvenie, it did kind of throw me for, like, it did seem like Balvenie, but I'm like, I'm searching for that gunpowder kind of smokiness that I got on a couple of the batches. I've never tried, obviously, batch 3. Batch 3 definitely reviews really high as well. I said it was possibly batch 5, but batch 3 reviews super, super well. You could definitely tell there was some serious age to this. I think batch 3 actually has maybe some of the oldest sherry cask. So I have to check with Narby.
This is amazing. Whichever batch. Like I knew it was a 14 because the 15s tend to be darker in color.
I knew it was a 14 because Richard only has the 14s, I think, anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Super chat coming in. Asim, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Yes, we should take our time with these because they are super special pours. Cheers.
These 4 pours, I would pay a lot of money at a bar for.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all, honestly, these are all easy 90 plus whiskeys.
I agree.
Without getting to know them very well. I don't know what I like best. I keep sipping a different one and like, wow, I like this one the best. And then I sip another one. I'm like, oh, I like this one the best. Like they're all so good.
It honestly depends on your mood. Like, do you want some like super like thick, heavy sherry? Like that Glenfarclas is all that. I'd say that the Tun's probably the most complex.
I'll tell you what I want. I want a bottle of all 4 of these. That's what I want. I want a bottle of each one of these 4. They're so good.
There's a note on this the Lagavulin that's really throwing me for a loop. And the Talisker. So these old 25 Taliskers are really sought after, like the cast strength 25-year-old Taliskers. Honestly, I'm not like crazy blown away from it.
Really? I think it's fantastic.
I mean, it's great, but like I was expecting huge stuff because these things get like super hyped, right? Like the old 25 cast strengths.
It's almost in the order of things, it's almost unfair because it's you get hit with that Lagavulin, which is pretty good amount of peat, and then you go over to the Talisker, which has like pretty much no peat, and then like it's like a hard, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I mean, yeah, which one would you pick as your favorite? They're all so different. They're all so drastically different.
I would probably say, I think I said that the glass 2 was my favorite, the Balvenie Tun. Yeah, I just think the complexity you're getting out of that is crazy. But if you want like a bang of sherry, that family cask is going to give it to you.
Yeah, see, I'm man, I just took another sip of that Talisker. I think it's phenomenal. So I'm Balvenie Tun first as well, which surprises me because I was never a big Balvenie fan, but this Tun is amazing. And then I would go with the Talisker next, the Lagavulin after that. And despite how much I love this Farkless, family cask, I think I like it the least of the four.
I mean, the Farkless family cask is giving you one. It's one dimensional.
Yeah,
Not
it's
one
that,
dimensional, but it's that thick, heavy sherry cask.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they're all amazing stuff. Thank you again for that next super chat. What was Richard saying? He said something earlier.
I don't know.
Cheers, Tyler. Have a good one, buddy.
See you, Tyler.
I have so many sherry. I said the Tally was my favorite since it's the least common.
Yeah, I really like that Talisker. I think it's fantastic, to be honest with you. It really reminds me of like those 30-plus-year-old Highland Park indie bottles. I don't know why.
So we've had the Talisker 25. We did a rundown of all the Taliskers. How would you say that this old Talisker cast strength compares to the newer Talisker at 45 or 48 or whatever it is?
They're not even in the same league, in my opinion. Like, I think this blows it away, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I bet if we just had them side by side, A, I don't even know if we would be able to identify them as both the same thing. But B, this one, I think, smashes the other one.
Yeah, I think you're getting just like way more whiskey here. Like this thing, you know what? I bet you this thing works well with a drop.
That's one thing we didn't really do.
No. Is
drop any water in these. But when you get to that age where they're exceeding, like the 18 range in their cast strength, a lot of times you don't really need to. What's up, Ben? How's it going, buddy?
What's up, man? Cheers.
Yeah. I mean, the Glenfarclas, when you spend a little time on it, you get that like you were saying, for what you expected of the Balvenie, that gunpowder like smoke from the sherry cask on the finish, which is really, really nice.
Yeah, because I think, what batch did I have? Did I have batch 8? I don't know. I can't be what the first batch I had was either 8 or was it 6? Maybe it was 6.
Of the ton?
Yeah.
Not sure. I know. Didn't you get that one off secondary?
I traded a George T. Stagg for it.
Yeah.
A while back.
Doesn't that blow your mind that like people would be willing to trade one of those Balvenie tons that are like epically reviewed for a run-of-the-mill George T. Stagg that can come out any year?
Yeah. I thought it was a great trade. But I mean, I do that a lot with like, epic, or not epic, but like sought after bourbons. I mean, I'll gladly trade it for a Scotch that they made. I don't know how many tons each batch was, but I know it was a pretty limited amount.
Yeah.
A lot less than a George T. Stagg, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Okay, I had batch 6. Right, so the first one I had open was batch 6. I do have a batch 8 that I haven't opened yet. Richard gave me a sample of it. I like it more than batch 6, but batch 6 had that really heavy gunpowder note for sure. But yeah, I mean, this was a treat. These were all very good and a really nice variety selection. I think Richard did a great job of picking these.
Mm-hmm. They're all really good, man. That Balvenie ton just offers so much, though. It's like so layered, such distinct flavors. I need to find the bottle of that somewhere.
They've gone up crazy in price, too.
Yeah. See, like something like this, I probably would be okay with spending secondary on, because like now that I know what that tastes like.
Well, the crazy thing about these like Balvenie tons is like, what's his name? Stuart. I forget the master distiller there. He just like picked like these like really kind of intricate casks and like put them all together. And he was grabbing the sherry casks that were like super, super old, right? Like, it's rumored that they're all 30-plus-year-old, like old Balvenie sherry casks. And like the complexity you get from like blending these like sherry casks with ex-bourbon casks, it just seems to work so well in these batches.
It seems like we only get the 15s, right? Like the 1500 series at the LCBO.
Yeah, so I can attest to the 1509. I think that's the 1509s, right? Batch 3 is really, really good. Really like batch 3 a lot. I don't know I think I've had batch 4 as well, but I think batch 3 is the one to get if you're looking. I don't know about batch 1 or 2, but I've heard that batch 3 is one of the more sought after ones there.
That Lagavulin is really special too, man. Holy smokes. There's like, what would a bar night look like if you had those 4 pours? Like, what's the cost at the end of the night? That's like close to $1,000.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if you went to let's say you went to like Feathers pub here in Toronto, back when it used to be open, they would have stuff like this. Like they would have like these like epic kind of like hard to find scotches.
Yeah.
And you're looking at like a pour they're actually pretty good price, but at least a couple $100 for something like that. Man, crazy. All right. I'm going to give another couple minutes if anyone wants to super chat. So super chat, every increment of $5, you're entered into winning a whiskey glass, the Copita. This is the official Glencairn style Copita glass. And any sample you want from the Drink My Bar lineup this month. Lots of good stuff on there. We'll do that drop pretty soon.
Yeah. What's going on with the Drink My Bar? I haven't watched the recent episode. What do you got on there right now?
So Drink My Bar. So it's got a 2017 George C. Stagg. It's got the Glenfarclas family class. It's a 18-year-old 1996 vintage, I believe.
That's first fill, right?
It's first fill sherry. We get the Balvinis. There's 2 Balvinis on there. So if you pick that option, you get a sample of each. There's a discontinued 15-year-old ex-bourbons, one distilled 1990, one distilled 1999. Those are really nice. There's Booker's 30th anniversary edition. There's a Weller foolproof store pick. There's an Ardbeg Renaissance, which is a 10-year-old bottle at committee strength, which I actually tried the other day. It has just opened up and gotten just like so creamy that bottle is really, really nice. A new edition. Actually, I just opened this. Cavalan. This is the Fino. This Fino I just bought. I just cracked it the other night. This is going to be on Drink My Bar as well. It's already on it. This bad boy is over 7 years old, which is pretty old, I guess, if you look at typical bottlings from them.
Yeah, especially for like the Fino series and stuff like that.
So this is what I just cracked this the other night. It is delicious stuff. I think Cavalan does Fino whiskey probably just as good as anybody. So yeah, this one is a 2013 distillate, bottled 2020.
Nice.
So it'll be 7 years and 5 months.
What'd that run you?
You know what? Larry gave me a great deal on this, 350 Canadian dollars. I mean, you cannot complain. Usually you find these things for at least $100 more than that, 450 plus for something like this.
Yeah, that is a really good deal actually on that.
Yeah, this is just 700 ml.
Well, considering that the Madeira probably goes for about that much retail in Alberta, right?
Yeah.
Which I would take the Fino over the Madeira any day.
Yeah. Greg Lewis, did I get your super chat? You know what? I might have missed it because I had the screen down the entire time.
Scroll back. Oh, are you frozen there? Am I still going? Do these guys hear me, or are we both frozen? Can you guys hear me still? Or is it just Jeremy? Are we both frozen, or is it just Jeremy that's frozen? You can hear me? Okay, so Jeremy's the one that's gone. That's strange. He's hosting. There he goes. You back?
Sorry, I lost you there for a second.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for a super chat from Greg. Did I get your super chat? I did not. I'm sorry about that. Greg, thank you so much. Let me put your name in there.
Oh, Joe Mez. Did you get Joe Mez as well?
I got Joe Mez. I'll put it up just to make sure you guys got it in there. Because I had my screen down the entire time we were doing the blind.
Because just before Greg is Don Holland and Jason Fisk. So I don't know if you got those.
Let me put Don in there. I don't think I got Don's either. All right. So let me just reiterate what I got for super chats, and if I'm incorrect, please let me know. So I got Richard was the first one for 5 spots. That was a $25 super chat. Then I got the Bum 732 for a $10 super chat. So you're in there twice. I got Peter White for 1, Joe Mez in for 2, $10 super chat. I got Richard for 5 more spots with another 25. Then I got AK Hazam for 2. I got Greg Lewis for 2 and Don Holland for 1.
And now Kevin just dropped $5.
And I got my boy Kevin.
Yep.
What's up, man? How's London, Ontario treating you? Kevin has an awesome following at a whiskey club in my hometown. Unfortunately, they've had to go virtual like everyone else has.
I want to go down there one time and hang out with those guys.
Honestly, he's got a huge group of guys and ladies as well, and they're all awesome. We met up with them a little bit for whiskey drinking at Spirit Toronto.
Yeah, we went for dinner.
Yeah.
Steven Connor just dropped one.
Steven, thanks so much. Oh, you guys have a little gong hits here. Cheers. So if you guys want this Fino is a part of the Drink My Bar. Lots of good stuff on there. There's some more stuff too that I completely forgot. The mystery dram, I think is it's a rum. I think this month. I think it's the 2008 Foursquare. So that one's up there too. So yeah, we got a podcast coming up. It's going to drop on Monday. We're discussing are expensive whiskeys worth their price, and we do a little comparison between a Clynelish 14 versus like its big brother Brora, and kind of discuss what people kind of look for when they're buying more expensive whiskey and the experience, and if that is worth the price tag of those expensive bottles.
So watching that video today gave me inspiration to wear a hat because I had a terrible hair day that day. I was like, what the hell is going on with my hair?
You know what? We got people commenting on your looks in the podcast. Someone else commented about your cardigan. How you're wearing
my lady's black cardigan.
You know what? I had
that hairstyle is definitely gonna get some comments for sure.
Yeah, people love the cardigan. I don't know why. Yeah, people hating on it. People have commented on my channel being like, what, no one wears a collared shirt anymore? Being like, oh.
I got someone saying like, maybe if you wore a suit, people would take you more seriously. I'm like, why? Nobody's taking me seriously. What's happening here? Do you know something I don't?
Yeah, well, I mean, you're just some punk kid reviewing fine Scotch, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, yeah,
Brian,
people, Eldorado 25. Yeah, that's on the Drink My Bar, so that's an option too. It's
yeah.
a really good, very sweet rum, but delicious stuff.
Brian got a kick out of the ladies' cardigan comment.
Yeah, they love it.
Yeah. The classic Dumb and Dumber line right there. I saved my Balvenie for last.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink all these up. I mean,
I already drank most of them up.
nice. All right, well, we'll give one more minute for any more super chats, and I'll do the draw. So yeah, I think the following month I have to figure out what I'm going to put as a mystery dram.
P-Boss is saying he misses the matching plaid shirts. Did we do that yet?
Did we did that? I mean, I know I wear plaid shirts all the time.
I have one plaid shirt that appears periodically.
Oh, is it red?
It's red.
Okay, yeah. So I think at one live, like this is probably back in your old house. We were had plaid shirts rocking.
Nice. I gotta go look for that one again.
I mean, Indy, as soon as it hits the lips, right? It just.
Indy's saying I drink so fast. I know. Unfortunately, I take big sips. I usually have a lot less in my glass too, so I guess that's why. I don't know. These were they were almost a full ounce each. You filled them pretty close to the top.
Yeah. So Jason,
this one's like 30 or 20 mils.
I somehow missed your super chat. How am I missing all these super chats?
Well, I had mentioned that there was a few that just followed that guy Greg. You weren't listening to me.
Jason.
He's just before Greg, I believe. Way up.
I can't scroll up anymore.
Oh yeah, I think it was $10.
Yeah, Jason, what did you super chat? I'll just put your name in there.
It was $10 Canadian, if I'm not mistaken.
$10. Okay, so 2 spots for Jason. Let me just go over everyone that I got for super chats just to confirm. I don't want to leave you out. So Richard, I got you in here 10 times for $225. I got the Bum 737 in twice. I got Peter White once, Joe Mez twice. I got AK Sam. I butchered that. I'm so sorry. Twice for that. Greg Lewis twice. Don Holland once, Kevin once, Stephen Connor once, and Jason Fisk twice. So for every $5, you get one entry. If I missed anyone, Richard somehow super chatted $1 million. $1
million, nice. Can you give me 10% of that?
Unfortunately, YouTube and StreamYard take the 10%. So unfortunately. Here's a question for you, Rob. You want to answer this one? Best $100 bottle out there today?
Oof. Is Aaron American? Because if the which is ironic actually, but the Aaron 18-year-old, if that's based on American pricing, I think it comes in around $90, $95 American. And that's got to be it, man. That's at that price.
Yeah, I would agree. The Aaron 18-year-old is a great buy for around $100. If you're in the US, $100 is going to get you a lot of good stuff.
It'll get you more.
Yeah, for us in Canada, we just talked about Climate Age 14. That comes in around $100 for us, Canadian dollars. That's a great buy for that much.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you're looking at, I mean, I don't know if you can find a Springbank 12-year-old, those are usually like around 110.
The new Glenallachie 15-year-old is pretty awesome as well for around $100.
The Glenallachie 15, yeah.
The new Glenallachie 15, yeah.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah, I mean, that's always a good video to do. Whiskey's $50 price point, $100 price point.
The Aaron 18-year-old is one of those whiskeys that like it's reminiscent of your 2015 style Glendronach 15-year-old revival. The last, like the highlight of the Billy Walker era, that Glendronach 15-year-old that was actually, I think, 20 years old in 2015. For me, that was the epitome of what like became the Glendronach legend. You know what I mean? That during that time when that revival was at its near peak, because the 2016 North America didn't get at all, pretty much, of that 15-year-old revival, which was the oldest. I think it was 21. But that 20-year-old 2015 15-year-old revival was epic, and that's kind of what the Aaron 18 reminds me of.
Yeah, Aaron 18, like just great, like heavy, thick chocolate fudge notes. Like it's heavy sherried whiskey.
I feel like there's older whiskey in there too. I wonder if they put older whiskey in there. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. Like they rebranded, and sometimes like distilleries will rebrand and make that as an excuse for like dipping in quality. Cough, like Macallan. Yep. But some distilleries will rebrand and then boom, they just give you like they want to, make a name for themselves again. Like
that's right.
An unknown distillery like Aaron, like Aaron is not on a lot of people's radars. And I didn't like their old label. I really like their new one. It's nice and clean. It's more like elegant looking. And they bumped it up. I
agree. I was actually almost like I wouldn't say anti-Aaron, but I wasn't impressed with anything Aaron prior to tasting that 18-year-old. And it just really like changed my perspective of them. They rebranded it. It looks way better in my opinion. And the 18-year-old blows anything I've tried from Aaron before that out of the water. And honestly, in my opinion, one of the better 18-year-olds out there right now.
Yeah, I would agree. I think for bang for your buck, 18-year-old whiskey, if you want that heavy sherry profile, it's definitely the one to go with for sure.
But Glenallachie 15 also probably has older whiskey in it, and it's also very, very good. Glenallachie.
Yeah, Glenallachie. If you can find a Glenallachie 10-year-old cask strength, that's a great one. Great option as well.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, let's do this draw.
Yeah.
So let's see if I can do like a little screen share here. Sure.
Ooh, I want to try that. Balcones cask strength rum. 50.
Yeah, that sounds good, right?
That's got to be amazing.
Yeah. Okay. So here's everybody's names. Just double check again. Again, it was one entry for every $5 increment. So I got Richard in there for 10, the bum in there, Peter White, Joe Mez, HK Sam, Greg Lewis, Don Holland for 1, Kevin for 1, Stephen Connor, Jason Fisk for 2. If that is any way incorrect, let me know right now. And I'll throw these names into a random generator.
Is it AK Hazam or Akhazam?
It's probably Akazam. You're probably right. Sorry for butchering that.
I'm probably not right. I'm just wondering.
All right. If I go to this, let's see here.
Cars and Cubes is saying he's from Ontario too. Stony Creek boy. Saying 50 milliliter bottle of Brora 30 for 100 USD is a great $100 buy. I would
There
say
you
I 100% agree with that.
go. Okay. Whoa. Do I look good here or what? I can't tell.
Like your appearance or
I'm not
the
like
brand?
I'm not like a screen within a screen within a screen, like Inception again.
No.
Okay.
You see the one screen.
Okay. So random.org, I'll put all your names in there. So this is just going to pick one name at random. So again, the more names you have, the greater the odds. All right. So this is for the Super Social Club glass plus the coaster plus your choice of anything from the Drink My Bar menu, which is coming up this month. All right, here we go. And the winner will be the first name at the top. So just reiterate, the very first name at the very top will be the winner. Here we go, guys. And it's Don Holland with the win. Richard, I'm sorry. Richard has the worst luck in this, but Don, congratulations, man. Email me, sippersocialclub@gmail.com, and let me know what you pick. If you want to comment on the upcoming video, Drink My Bar will probably be out next week sometime, or just let me know if you know what sample you want. Let me know, and I will get this off to you as soon as I can.
Richard's reactions always kill me.
Richard, I'm sorry.
Oh man, I feel bad for Richard. Rigged.
I mean, the odds are never in your favor. I don't know, man. Don't worry, Richard. I'm gonna send you a nice little care package. Rob and I have some stuff we're gonna send your way because your generosity will not go unnoticed.
Right.
That's for sure. So
yeah, we definitely have. And you know what? I want to send him some Canadian stuff. I'm curious what he thinks.
We'll send you some Canadian stuff. You know what? We'll send you a little sample of the last straw, the Whiskey in the 6. Oh, that's another thing I should mention. Every single winner from the Drink My Bar last month, this month, and however long it takes, I'm going to give a sample of the Whiskey in the 6 last straw bottle, so you guys can try that out as well. So that will be a little bonus, and you guys will get that too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Peter White. You know what? We actually know a guy very active in the Canadian whiskey groups who got allocated the Macallan 72 from the most recent LCBO lottery.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, we were talking about this. Like, what are the odds of actually like? I thought those went straight to corporate execs. That must be a mistake, to be honest with you. I think that's a mistake. I think they screwed up, and they're like, "Shit, how do we fix this? It's too late.
Yeah.
This will go to the press if they try to take it away." All right, well, I guess we have to.
So if you guys are unaware, the LCBO did another like allocation lottery where you could have a chance to win something. They had a lot of Macallans in there, some fine and rares. We actually talked about this in our upcoming podcast, but they had a Macallan Lalique 72-year-old, $85,000 Canadian. So those things sell on secondary groups, auctions, whatever, for about 85,000 pounds. So you're looking at about, almost doubling your money if you were to buy that and then sell it at auction.
Yeah.
More or less. So yeah, the guy, he's an active member in some whiskey groups, and we both kind of know him kind of. So he got allocated that bottle. So a nice buy and flip for him for sure. You can instantly make, you could clear 50 grand Canadian, no problem. Easy. After fees and whatever else go along with it, I think you can probably get 50 grand out of that. So pretty awesome for him. Yeah.
Tom R is asking if it was Swami that won.
Too bad Swami is not an Ontario resident.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you say too bad, but do you mean it? I love you.
Yeah. Swami Suave, no chance.
2 wheels down.
Two wheels down, man. Yeah, check out his new rebranded channel where he talks about the worst hockey team in the league and motorcycles.
You're not even trying to be funny there. Like, they legitimately are the worst hockey team in the league.
I mean, he keeps saying that they got some good young talent, and they do maybe, but whatever. Still fun to watch them lose.
They're terrible. They're so bad. Oh, well. These are all
incredible. There you go.
These are all incredible.
Yeah, Richard, thank you again for all these samples. They're so nice.
Yeah, they're really
good. Yeah, now that the U.S. buyers are not have to pay their tariff anymore, you're looking at auction prices maybe getting back up there, a little more U.S. Influence without that 25%. I mean, that's great. That's awesome news that they rolled that back, because I know that was a horrible thing. And I was listening to I don't know if you guys listen to the Bourbon Pursuit podcast, great podcast on bourbon. If you can fast forward all their their ads. But really great insight about how like little distilleries like really were affected, even like the bigger ones really affected by that tariff, the tariff war going back and forth with spirits or whatever. So hopefully that all gets sorted. And I think a lot of people say that free trade is always the way to go, but yeah, nice to drop those tariffs for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for us. Rob, thanks so much for coming on. Oh, my God, Swami. Swami getting in here. Swami, yeah, I finally sent him some beer because Swami won like a giveaway that we had done a long time ago. I think on your channel, Rob.
Yeah. And, so what happened is, if you don't remember, which I don't think you do because I was actually kidding, but like half kidding, we gave away something. And then you gave away like a second. You're like, I'm going to give away. It was on my channel, but you're like, I'm going to give away a sample of whatever it was. I can't remember what it was. And Swami won. And then you're like, you gave away a second one. I forget why. There was a reason. You gave away two things.
So you're saying that this was my fault and not yours?
100% your fault.
Okay. Well, to my defense, Swami never emailed me his address, and I very distinctly remember being like, email me your address, I'll ship it out to you.
Yes, that is true. That did happen. You did say that, and I don't think it ever came. So
that's right.
So, I remember actually like a week later me asking, did those guys end up emailing you their address? And you're like, nope. And then I just never messaged you again about that.
So anyway, so did a little beer substitute in lieu of the sample. So yeah, a brewery that's really good in Toronto called Roshak Brewery. They do awesome stuff. So sent them a couple of their stouts and their dark beers.
I just joined a group on Facebook. It's a beer group. I was asking for stout recommendations, and everybody was sending me all these links. And every time I would go onto the link, it's all like Ontario like breweries, and all the stouts were sold out. I'm like, why is beer like beer is worse than Springbank now? Like it's like Bellwoods is worse than like BTAC.
Hey man, I remember lining up at Bellwoods, on like a Friday afternoon when they released their, beer, whatever, the sought after beer of the month.
Yeah.
And not so much anymore. That distillery has dropped a lot in recent past, but yeah, man, beer. Like you look at like some of these breweries in the U.S., people line up around the block for that stuff.
Yeah.
Just like Pappy.
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining us tonight. Richard, again, thank you for the samples. This stuff was amazing. Like I said, we got a new podcast coming out first of the week on Monday. The Patreons will get it a day early. And so yeah, that will be the next thing you'll see on our channels. So check that out for sure.
Yeah.
And what else? What else you got coming up, Rob? You just got a little cocktail. You know what? You inspired me to make an old fashioned tonight. It was great.
Yeah. So my buddy Monty from 6 Gin and Rock and Roll is going to be doing cocktails on my channel. at least every other Friday. But he has his own YouTube channel, which is affiliated with Whiskey in the Six, called Six Gin and Rock and Roll. So yeah, he's going to be doing cocktails, whiskey driven cocktails, some rum driven cocktails, on my channel. Hopefully every Friday, but maybe not every Friday, maybe more like every other Friday. Cocktail Fridays.
Nice. Yeah, Swami's going to send some beer back. Montreal's got some great breweries as well. So
yeah.
Cheers, man.
Thanks, Swami.
All right, everyone. Well, thanks for joining in. And until next time, have a good one. And cheers.
Cheers, everyone.